Black Leather Eyes channel, Jason here. So, managed to get a wee bit of free time, thought I'd jump on and try and make a video. Excuse me. I haven't been able to keep up with videos and interacting with people too much recently. Lots of shit's been going on, so, but all good. I thought I'd jump on here and try to make a quick video. Just going to show some more of the stuff I was listening to. It's been sitting here for weeks now. Stuff that I've been playing, like 60s and 70s rock stuff. So yeah, crack on it. Hope everybody's keeping well, as I say, and enjoying the sunshine if you're in the UK. It's boiling. Alright, so what we're listening to first off is this is The Devil Rides Out by Dream Division. So that's what's playing in the background. Okay, doke. So as I say, yeah, let's see what I can remember of some of these. This is stuff that's been in my collection for a long time, a lot of it, and yeah, just stuff that I've took a fancy to checking out again, listening to again. So alright, first one up is, now this is probably the newest records in here. I bought this, I don't know when this came out. This is a reissue, it came out a few years back, I think. Damien, this is basically, well, I picked this up because I really like Bubble Puppy. I really like that Bubble Puppy record, and I'd never owned this on vinyl, so this is a Future Shock reissue. It originally came out in 1970, and absolutely enjoyable hard rocking record. So yeah, well, I moved more into still quite a bit of psychedelia and all going on in this. Moves into heavier territory, acid rock territory, but some great playing on this. Just really good solid songs. The song in this called Common's really good. So if you're into hard rock and heavy rock, say it's got its mellower moments and stuff, but just great songs. Yeah, Texas band, I think, aren't they? Yeah, Bubble Puppy were from Texas, so yeah, 1970, and cracking listen. I really enjoy it. Next up is Stray, UK band. This is 1970 as well. Came out on, is this Transatlantic Records? And this has some blistering stuff on it. Loads of really good licks, and has a really good energy to it. Progressive rock, but it has this just has a relentless energy when it gets going in some parts of this LP. So you've stuff on here like All in Your Mind, which is brilliant. All the World in 80 Days is brilliant. Time Machine's really good. Only What You Make It is really good as well. Yesterday's Promise, Move On, In Reverse, some say the last track's really good. Probably, well, I have a lot of Stray records here. Most of their catalogue from the 70s and stuff. So, very influential band in the UK back then, prog rock scene. Iron Maiden done a cover of All in Your Mind, didn't they? I don't even know if I've actually heard it. It's in a single for one of their, it was a B-side of one of their singles in the 90s somewhere. I'm not sure if I've actually heard their cover of it. Alright, some other stuff that sit about here. Just lifted a bunch of random stuff. So, The Illusion, If It's So. This is an enjoyable record, sort of hard rock. Still hanging on to a little bit of psychedelia on here. Sort of smooth sounding LP, just a really good LP to listen to. Like stuff like side ones get Man, Let's Make Each Other Happy is pretty good. Not absolutely mind blowing or anything like that, but it has its moments. Wee bits of riff rock happening in there. Sort of just hard rock, psychedelic stuff. This is from 1970 as well, I think. But yeah, not a bad record at all. Enjoyed spinning it again. I think I have a single by them as well. What else we got here? Was Cycle. This is a band. So this is a band my friend turned me on to ages ago. This came out on Rise Above Relics, and my friend had a little hand in getting this actually out. So ages ago he contacted me saying that would I be interested in listening to these, some of their music. He had been in contact with one of the members from the band online, and he asked him if if they recorded any other stuff back in the 70s, and he sent them some unreleased material. And well, my friend Gary, he had his own little label for a while, so I'm sure it crossed his mind about putting it out on his own label, but instead he contacted Lee Dorian from Rise Above Records and told him, this may be something that you'd be interested in, which obviously he was, because he put this out with all the bells and whistles on. So this is a band from the UK, formed in the late 60s, and they put out one self-financed record. It was only 99 copies or something released, and so you get this on here. You get that unreleased stuff on B-side, but on the A-side you get the record that came out. As I said, it was only 99 copies. It was very, very rare, so I've never seen it. It comes with a good booklet, like a loads of like a scrapbook with loads of cuttings from press and all back in the day, and input from the rest of the band members that are still about and stuff. And there's a 7-inch single. So this is all the stuff they put out. Musically, it's not bad at all. I mean, there's really good progressive rock moving into the harder parts of it too, and like space rock and stuff like that. Really, really, really good listen. It's not something I'm going to listen to an awful lot, but I enjoy playing it again. And yeah, it's good to see it come out in this package with all the bells and whistles on by Rise Above Relics. So it came out a 7-inch, 2 tracks on it, and this is the scrapbook that has lots of pictures of the band, and they were doing covers as well back then of Sabbath and T2 and Stray, the band I mentioned a minute ago. So if you're into that sort of thing, it's well worth checking out. It's not as coherent as those bands, but there's some brilliant moves on it. Okay, this is another reissue. This is Harsh Reality, Heaven and Hell. And this, I remember seeing this LP cover back in the day in Record Collector, and I always wanted it. Not knowing what it sound like, it's just that cover is superb. It sort of gives off a vibe it's going to be a proto-metal LP, but it's not. This is good, soulful bluesy rock. And it's got an amazing song on it called Tobacco Ash Sunday, which I think it was Paul Weller covered at some point as well. I used to have an earlier copy of this. I'm in this reissue. Well, actually, it's probably a bootleg. So when it came out in gatefold, I gave my older copy to my older brother, who really enjoyed it as well. But it originally came out in 1969, I think. And yeah, great vocals, great playing. If you're into you can hear bits of Traffic and stuff on it as well, I suppose. Probably a bit of Procol Harum, that sort of thing. Proto Prog. Just really good tracks, really good songs. Some of it's a bit middle of the roady, but there's other tracks on it that are well worth hearing. So yeah, that's Harsh Reality, Heaven and Hell. Next up is, I haven't listened to this in absolutely years, Glory, which is basically the fourth Damnation of Adam Blessing band. I have all their early records, and I've always loved the vocals in those records, and it's the same here. So this is Basically, it's not as psychedelic. It has those moves, but it's more straightforward. It's not as freaked out, and sort of record that I like. And Sunday morning, a cup of coffee, sun shining through the window, and just a solid hard rocking record. It's not moving into like any proto metal or anything like that, but really solid. This one's not bad. Hairy Chapter with Eyes. So this originally came out in 1970. This came out in 2007 on Second Bottle. This reissue. This is when I picked it up. I heard good things about this, but really listen back to it again. It's not a bad LP, but you know, you hear bits of Cream and stuff in it like that, progressive groove sound. There's a good song on here called Looking for a Decent Freedom. But yeah, heavy blues, prog stuff. Nothing mind-blowing, but I enjoyed hearing it again. Here's a really good one. Weed. So this is from the early 70s. And basically this is a project put together, I think, by Ken Hensley, who was in Uriah Heep at the time, and the band Varus. So you've got Sweet Morning Light, it's a great song, Lonely Shit, My Dream, Slowing Down, Before I Die is another good song, and the last song, Weed, which is really, really good. It's got some great heavy rocking, and amazing guitar playing and keyboards and stuff on it. Weed, well worth checking out if you haven't checked that out. Here's a good heavy rocker from 72, Highway Robbery, For Love or Money, and yeah, 72. 2 tracks on this called All I Need to Have Is You and Bells, I think it is, on the second track, which are, you know, the usual 70s pop, you know, just run-of-the-mill, icky 70s gear. But then it has some absolutely amazing tracks. Like the first track is pretty good, Mystery Rider, the opening track. Then they go into 15, which is high energy, and then Lazy Woman's got a brilliant heavy groove on it. Ain't Gonna Take No More, I'll Do It All Again, and the high octane promotion, man. Just get some brilliant program metal on this, and you would pass this by probably if you've seen it. And I have a band called Ackley. These musicians play them as well. I have an LP by them, came out in the early 70s, which has some decent hard rock on it too. But this has some absolute blister belters on it. So yeah, Highway Robbery, For Love or Money, 1972. I hadn't listened to this in ages either, so it's good to hear this again. So Lord Baltimore's debut. When I picked this album up originally, when I picked this up, it took me a while to find this. Back in the day, and when I did, it was always one of those records you were hearing about a lot if you were into, you know, the roots of heavy metal and stuff like that. It didn't disappoint on a real sort of, I mean, it's over the top. Like, I mean, so you've got, I mean, the only song on here, Lake Isle of Innisfree, is the only sort of metal track I have on it. The rest of them are all heavy rockers. Like Master of Heartache, Hard Rain Falling, Lady of Fire, Pumped Up is over the top, Kingdom Come, I Got a Woman, Hellhound, Helium Head, Ain't Got Hung on You. The title track in this is absolutely amazing. I hear sirens calling me, do 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 do. Ba-dum, heavy bastard of this. Yeah, good record. Good to hear it again. 1970, came out on Mercury Records. So Lord Baltimore. Kingdom Come. It's got a really weird cover with a ghostly bone shit thing on it. But yeah, classic. Alright, this is a newer one. We picked this up the other week. I'd seen a video by Alan at That's Talk Metal, and he had picked up this reissue. So I've wanted this in vinyl for a very long time, so it was good to see it being reissued again. So this is recordings from 1972. Originally released on vinyl in the mid-90s, and under the title Suddenly. But yeah, Sudden Death were heavy rock band that Kim Fowley produced, which I didn't know until this reissue came out. And yeah, it's gloomier, heavy rock from the period, and it's good to have it on vinyl. What else can I say about this? I mean, it's Crazy Ladies, the last song in this, has riffs and a melody line that reminds me of Death, the proto-punk, proto-metal band from the 70s. But really fun listen. And the singer on this, also the guy that does some of the vocals on this, sung on Stunt Rock, the album Stunt Rock by Sorcery, which is a favourite of mine from the heavy 70s bands. So yeah, Sudden Death, 1972, recordings from 1972, and I was able to get this on black vinyl, which is surprising. There it is. Yeah, so Tin House, I think this is 1970, it's on Epic Records, and some really good moves on this too. Like I picked this up a long time ago. Some really good heavy psych, hard rock and prog on this here. I Want Your Body's a really good song, the opening track. Be Good and Be Kind's a really good track as well. I think I have both those songs on a single. Silver Star's good. Tomorrow, Personal Gain, the opening track on the side 2 is pretty good as well. Endemis, Phenomenalist. It's really good. But say 1970, not a bad record at all. Good to hear it again. Say if you're into heavier stuff like I Want Your Body and You've Gone Too Far, Be Good and Be Kind are really good tracks on this record, worth checking out. Here's one I don't think I've ever seen anybody show this on the VC. I'm sure somebody has, but not in the circles I've been watching anyway. But this is Emerald City, Waiting for the Dawn. This came out in 1976 and on Hippopotamus Records. So I was recommended this by a guy who used to buy a lot of records off in America, and so I think this band's Canadian. But if you're into Frank Marino, Mahogany Rush, Robin Trower, that sort of thing, it has those similar sort of moves, a bit of Hendrixy stuff in it. Has some great stuff on it. Rhythm Highway's pretty good. Waiting for the Dawn title track. Yeah. Bluesy, as I say, Hendrixy, bits and pieces. Frank Marino, Robin Trower, that sort of gear. Here's one from Texas, 1969 recordings by Josephus. So this is all stuff that they recorded before they put out their album, their debut, and there has some stuff on this that were re-recorded for that debut album, and then there's a couple of other songs on here as well. But yeah, it has Crazy Man, Country Boy, Get Off My Case, the Social Song's really good, Feeling Good, Situation, and the epic Dead Man. But brilliant, raunchy, hard rock from Texas, playing in that circuit with ZZ Top and stuff like that. But yeah, some brilliant, raunchy rock and roll on this. Good gear. Here's one, Exploration by Possessed. This is another Rise Above Relics. Sort of another one of those lost bands, lost recordings thing. This is a band from, I think they're from Birmingham. So, I mean, they were playing about in that scene. One of the guys was in this is recordings from 71, by the way. So one of the guys was in a band with Robert Plant. Another guy was playing in a band with Al Atkins before he went on and done the Judas Priest thing. This is okay. There's some decent stuff on this, like Darkness, Thunder and Lightning, but it's just get the basic heavy prog rock moves of the day, progressive rock of the day. Nothing too original. Some of the vocals are a bit ropey on it, but it sort of gives you an idea of where the band could have went. They didn't get any interest from record labels back in the day, but it's good to have. It's good to have and listen to these. Bit of a curiosity, just these recordings. Unfortunately, 3 of the musicians died in a road traffic accident. Their van crashed on the way home from one of the gigs. 3 of them passed away, so that's a bit depressing. But the music was alright. Don't mind it at all. I'll change this record. Alright, so 3 or 4 records or so here, so and that'll do me. Time to be at. Okay, so this is Tofat from 1970. This is the Rare Earth version, which you can tell because the cover's slightly different. Here we have a little lamb here. On the European version you have 2 extra people with these toe heads on them standing here. Has Lee Kerslake and Ken Hensley, who later went on to Uriah Heep. Lee Kerslake obviously went on to Ozzy Osbourne a decade after this, but I love this album since the first time I've heard it. I have both of their albums here, and this cover again, like my missus, it creeps her out. She can't have it. It's just, my little boy thinks it's hilarious, but the missus, it creeps her out. So what do you got on here? So this is just really good hard rock, soulful hard rock stuff. Great, just really brilliant written songs, and it just grooves the whole way through it. Really love it. That's My Love for You, brilliant opening track. Bad Side of the Moon is an amazing track as well, but I think it might be an old Elton John song. I'm not too sure. I don't know much about Elton John. I think I read that somewhere. Nobody, The Wherefores and the Whys, But I'm Wrong. Stuff like Working Nights, You Tried to Take It All. The vocals on this are superb. Great soulful vocals and solid songs that I love since the first time I heard it. Cracking record. Still enjoy spinning it, and it was good to have it on again the other week. So yeah, Tofat, debut album by Tofat from 1970. Here's another one of those lost recording things from 75. This is Medusa, and Numero Records, I think this came out on. But this has a beautiful velvet cover, velvet textured cover, and then it has this gorgeous screen print on it. But yeah, this has got some really good gloomy gear going on it. Like a couple of mellower tracks on it just have that gloomy feel as well. And so you've got songs on here like Strangulation, Frustration's Fool's really good, Temptress, Feelings of Indifference, Black Wizard is a brilliant track, Unknown Fear is really good as well. Has an angular sort of proggy riff that's really, really addictive. But well worth checking out if you haven't checked this out. The songs really, really grow on you, and they're garagey and proggy, and but they've got that gloomy feel to them. And yeah, Medusa from 1975. These recordings are from. So here's a cracker. Lucifer's Friend, debut album from 1970. Well, everybody knows this record. Superb record. John Lawton singing on it. Another German band with an English singer. So, well, this album's famous for its heavy rock. You know, like a cracking proto metal LP. Songs on here, probably the most famous songs on here, like Ride the Sky, Toxic Shadows, Lucifer's Friend, the last track's brilliant, and The Time of Job and Mammon Was a Yippie is an absolutely amazing track. And I always love this little guy that appeared in some of their LPs. Here he has like some sort of weird prawny hook hand thing going on. But this is a Billingsgate version, and it came out 73 or something, 72. The original came out in 1970. But superb heavy rock album from that brilliant period of the early 70s. Absolutely classic. Love it. Here's one I'm not too much in love with, but it gets a lot of love. Armageddon. So I'd heard an awful lot about this record, and it was one of the ones that was on my must pick up list. So this is Armageddon. I think this is 75, somewhere around there. This has got Keith Relf from the Yardbirds, and Bobby Caldwell from Johnny Winter and Cabin Beyond, and a couple of guys from the 70s band Steamhammer. And then it has some great moves and great playing, but like it just never does it for me. It has never ever clicked for me. Songs on here like Buzzard's a good song, the opening track. Silver Tightrope's good. I mean, they're all decent songs. Basking in the Light of the Midnight Sun. But it just never clicks with me. And I was always disappointed in it because I'd heard it was, you know, I don't know what I was expecting really. There was a lot of hype around this record and what I was reading about it back in the day. So, yeah, it disappointed me a bit. And it still does really. I'm hoping one of these days it'll click with me. And every now and again I'll stick it on, and it never does. So yeah, Armageddon from 1975, I think. Alright, I'll leave this to the last one. So, this is an absolute gem. Blackwater Park. I think this came out in 1972. So this is a Long Hair reissue, and what an incredible heavy rock record. If you're into heavy rock from the 70s and you haven't heard this, check it out. Like, I'd say most people have it or into that sort of thing. But there's a song on here called Rock Song. Check it out. What an amazing tune. Another German band with an English singer, and there was good cross pollination going on between, you know, the bands from the UK were playing that circuit in Germany in the late 60s and early 70s, and there's a great cross-pollination of musicians and sounds. So, a really, really good time to be making heavy rock music and progressive rock music. But superb album. Blackwater Park with Dirtbox. As I say, the song Rock Song, blistering track. If you haven't heard it, check it out. Alright, so hopefully not leave it too long to make another video. I've been listening to, well, a whole bag of various stuff that I've pulled out of my collection. A few new things have come in, and some heavy metal stuff, so maybe it'll pop up in my next video, I'm not too sure. But if you made it to the end, you're a legend, because that felt really rough doing that, because I haven't done this in felt like ages. Anyway, I'll stop rambling, and hope you're all keeping well out there, and I shall speak to you soon. So, all the best. Bye.